You are now on air.
Oh, we're on. We're live, asshole. Welcome to our very first live broadcasting of Books and Bullshit. Wow, we can't edit this shit. We can't fix it. So let's see how we do.
Woohoo!
Anthony's here. Anthony, welcome to being the first person to chime into our live first. Jennifer Zamboni, no relation to the Zamboni family. Welcome to our first two friends of our first live broadcasting of our first night live first.
Are you okay?
I feel like a virgin on my first night of sex, not with a family member. Uncles don't count?
I thought it was your brother.
Oh, no, he just watched. All right, so welcome to Books and Bullshit, where the topics are made up, your opinions don't matter. I'm Zachary Chopchinsky, the Bowtie author, and here with me, as always, judging me, glaring at me, making fun of me, is Martina McAtee.
And my dog, who's clearly voicing several complaints.
And my dog, Charlie.
What's wrong?
Don't engage him. Don't engage him.
But when I look away, he makes sad noises.
When I look away from mine, he starts slurping his nutsack. I'm still trying to ignore it.
Okay, then I guess that's how we roll.
All right, Layla, are they saying anything in the live group so far?
They are chatting in the comment section. It should be. I don't necessarily know what you guys are seeing, but there should be an area that would allow you to call in and ask questions, and you would be live on the show with us. That's the section we're curious to try out.
So Anthony, Jennifer, one of you's twos. Find the area where you can click to live call in, because I really want to see if this shit works.
And I want to hear somebody be like, "Hi, first time caller, long time
Please,
listener."
dear God, one of you two call, and that's how you have to start the conversation.
Oh, Anthony. Anthony is first. Hold on. Let's see if I can.
Don't let me down, Anthony.
Yeah, long time listener, first time caller. How you doing, guys?
Yes! 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 You're the man!
Oh my God, 10 seconds since and it's already a shit show. This is awesome.
That's
Welcome to
pretty
the
much
party,
we're on
brother.
brand.
All right, we've got Jennifer also on. So, how we're going to take.
How's that going to work?
Ask the question and then.
Are we going to take them one at a time? Or are we going to let them tag team us?
Because we can, in theory, do a group.
Get Jennifer on the line.
Let's get a game.
Let's do this shit. Yeah. We don't have to be gentle here. This ain't our first time.
All right. Connecting.
Jennifer, are you here with us?
Yep, I'm here.
Awesome.
It's a party!
All right. So now you two, you're on here. You're part of the show. So we'll start, ladies first with Jennifer. Throw us a question and we will answer it.
Okay.
Nothing is offsides. Any question we will answer truthfully, honestly, and directly. Right, Martina? That's the game here.
That's all right.
We
Let's do
cannot
this.
lie.
Sorry. In advance.
Yeah.
You listen to music when you write. What do you listen to?
Martina, what do you listen to when you write?
I have playlists for each of my books, and they're all very customized to each. Well, I'd like to say that, but honestly, I drag a lot of the songs to the next book because I really like them. But my playlists are hours long, so it's mostly shit you never hear on the radio.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. It really depends on the scene I'm trying to depict and what I'm trying to do. But for sake of the question and just being, giving you something to actually work with,
as opposed to me.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I'm just keeping it real. I'm keeping it real. Listen to a lot of rap.
Shocked. Shocked.
I know, right? Well, actually, the one that I was listening to earlier, I was writing a fight scene, and I was listening to
fight song.
No, I'm listening. That is in there. No, I was listening to "Never Scared" by Bone Crusher and Killer Mike,
which, by the way, is a terrible song.
Okay, you know what? You leave my gangster rap out of it, but that's the answer.
Then again, do you listen to the names of the rappers?
What was that?
Did you listen to the names of the rapper? Did you expect anything else, Martina?
That's fair.
Well, I was being held hostage in the car at the time.
And I transitioned from that to Taylor Swift, so she wasn't happy.
No, I wanted Killer Mike back.
All right, Anthony, you got a question for us?
Yeah, since you're the rap expert listener, Eminem or Biggie Smalls?
Eminem.
Eminem.
East Coast,
Why?
West Coast, I was Tupac, so I can't really side with Biggie on that one. It's definitely West Coast. Somebody eating a hard candy? What the hell is that? It's the crackling.
Is somebody going through a tunnel?
Somebody's crack-a-lacking. All right.
You know, give me one
It's probably
second. I'll
me
be
playing
right
with my
back.
volume.
Playing with your what?
She's playing
My
with her
volume.
Yeah, she's playing with her level. She's turning up the bass and pumping up the volume.
Tune in Tokyo.
Come in Tokyo. Come in
Oh.
Tokyo.
Wow, what is happening now?
Anthony, are you calling from a restaurant kitchen?
I was pushing a cat off the counter.
Wow, that made a really weird noise.
Yeah.
Was your cat Velcro?
No, I ran.
God, did it Scooby-Doo run?
Did it say zoinks?
No. And she's back up again.
There also should be a little microphone button on there where they can mute themselves.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so if there's a microphone button there, you guys, if you hear a lot of background noise from your end, if you're doing something, there's a microphone button where you can mute yourself temporarily. But regardless, Jennifer, the question volley goes to you. What else you got for us?
Charlie, shut the fuck up.
Mac or PC?
Mac.
PC.
Yes, definitely PC.
Anthony's rolling his eyes right now
Apple
at me.
sucks
I feel
balls.
it. Anthony's a PC guy.
Yes, most rational people are.
Eat my ass.
People.
No.
Anthony left? What the horse shit?
Either that or he muted himself, I'm not sure.
Anthony, are you there? It's your turn to ask a question, fool.
No, he's gone.
He left.
Did you hang up on him? No, he was just there a second ago.
So maybe he has a life.
He's not allowed to have a life.
Rude.
All right, so then we're gonna go to Anthony's questions. What author? His first question is: what author has the worst fan base? Well, are you? I don't know if he's asking between you and I or
think
just
he's trying
generally.
to ask between the two of us, but it seems kind
So
of...
I think the only way to answer that one, if you're talking about us, is for each one of us to talk shit about the other's fan base, because we're not going to shit on our own fan base here.
But the problem is that all of our fans are
We
the
pretty much
same
share a lot of
people.
fans, yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and say anybody that likes E.L. James. Right. Fucking shots fired right now.
Charlie, shut up. Stop it. Stop it.
Okay, so all right. Well, I was just trying to make it go back and forth, but that's a good point. So Jennifer, while we have you on here, we will focus on your questions for right now. So go ahead and hit me up with your next question,
Okay. What is the oldest thing in your house?
Layla.
Rude.
Technically, it's me.
Aren't you older?
Well, if you're talking about thing, I have a functionable railroad pocket watch from 1874.
About the mummy wrapping.
Oh yes, and we have certified mummy wrappings that are about 3,500 years old.
So that was probably-
Yeah, that's the oldest thing we have in the house. So we collect antiques, weird old shit.
I have ancient Egyptian papyrus that my uncle brought back from Egypt, but I don't know how old it is. I just know it's hella old, and it's been in our family for a long time.
I like that both of ours is Egyptian.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but my uncle lived there for years. So we also have a buck ton of like really heavy, like solid pewter jewelry. What in the fuck is wrong with you, Charles? What? Why do you look like you're posing for Playboy?
Maybe he's posing for Playgirl. You don't
What
know.
is wrong? You're being annoying on camera.
Don't mind her,
And by
Jennifer. Go
camera,
ahead
I
with
mean
your next
microphone.
question.
Sorry, you have a cat, I have a dog.
I have many pets. What was the last book you read?
It was 7th grade.
It was Holes with Shia LaBeouf. Shit, the last book that I read was probably called It's Your Ship. It's a leadership book that's used for like workplace stuff.
Ew.
Yeah, it was work. The last couple books I've read were workplace related. Oh, then I read 7 Habits for Highly Successful People, which was a terrible book, terribly written. The author, I would say, like normally, like when you're being a smart ass, you're like that author just needs to die already. But he did die of like cancer, so I can't say that. But it was just a terrible book. But yeah, those are the last books I read.
Last book I read was Let's see. Now You See Me by Lynn Van Dorn, which was a male romance about voyeurism. It was hot.
All right, I'm into voyeurism. We'll do this.
I read another one, but for some reason the name is escaping me because I've been in my own book world for the last 2-week panic mode. But yeah, that was the last book I think I read.
Okay. All right, Jennifer, what else you got?
How about the questions you ask everybody?
What do you love about the indie community and what do you hate about it, Zach?
Damn. Shot fired. All right. What do I love about the indie community is meeting a lot of great people. I feel like I've met a lot of really cool people throughout doing this, and I really appreciate that. And I've got to like go to cities and go to conventions and just have a good time. I also like the ability to basically control everything that I write. What do I hate about the indie community is all the dumb shit that we do as indie authors. Just getting into politics, not really putting out premium product, book mill type things, or not making sure your book's edited, covers looking nice, and things like that. I know one way of looking at it is, there's people that just aren't on the same caliber as level, but I feel like if we saturate a market with subpar products, we tend to cast a negative shadow on that market. And since I feel that indie community and indie books and indie pubs are in a constant battle with trad pubs and what then the market share they control, I think that just hurts us and our ability to grow out of that shadow. Also, Amazon needs to quit taking my money. Martina.
Let's see.
We have a soundboard.
Okay. What do I love about the indie community?
I don't know. You tell me.
I love the people. I have so many friends, and I've made a lot of good connections, and I have like my little circle of people. But I mean, I like being my own boss, and that I get to decide on covers. I get to decide on the formatting. I get to do everything myself because I'm kind of a micromanager. And that I found people like my people who put up with the way I do shit and have learned to just deal with me. And what do I hate about the indie community? I am being honest. I'm thinking about. There's a lot of things that I feel like we could change. I don't like the way we tend to attack people for having an opinion that differs from the status quo. I don't like that sometimes we tend to be really cliquey and we don't like to venture outside of that clique because I think it kind of limits us. And so like YA authors hang out with YA authors and horror authors hang out with horror authors. And like, I feel like we kind of miss out on opportunities to network and broaden our kind of scope of fan base. But I think that a lot of times we're really catty and we like to pounce on people, for things that are really just more opinions. I remember saying something about how E.L. James's 50 Shades of Grey clicked all the boxes on our domestic violence checklist, and people, I would say at least 300 people attacked me and told me I was jealous and that I should basically never write romance because I would be ostracized from the community, all because I said that I didn't like 50 Shades of Grey. So that sort of thing, I think
remember that.
Yeah, I really think that needs to go. Like that sort of behavior. Not that I care what people think. If people don't want to read my books because I didn't like 50 Shades of Grey, they can suck a big dick. But like other people, that don't have the fan base I do, like get annihilated before their careers even start. That being said, if you're a racist, homophobic, xenophobic douche nozzle, I will out you and I will congratulate anybody else who tells you to fuck off.
She will.
So
seen that too. Yeah, it'll happen again.
That's my line. That's it.
So we actually have a couple more people who have joined the group.
Oh,
Oh.
wonderful!
So
More
let's
live
let them know
listeners.
that they can hook the little.
Yeah, so if you just chimed in live and you're listening and so on, there should be a little call button right there. You can actually call in and you can ask us your questions verbally live. We'll all get to hear your awesome voice. We actually have 3 more slots open right now because we can have up to 4 people calling in at once.
Well, wait, are we 1 slot or 2
No,
slots?
I'm seeing 3.
Are we 1 slot or 2? 2 slots, 1 mic. You got
Later.
so hot.
Later.
Like you just like really got
Later,
turned on.
Our thing.
What are
Yeah.
you doing with your fingers, Zach?
Our thing. Later. Yeah.
I don't know what he's talking about. I've forgotten.
Super secret project time.
Oh, okay.
Talk later. So we have 3 more slots that you guys can call in should you choose and ask us your questions live. If you're shy and you don't want to do that, that's cool, man. You can actually type your questions in the text box and we'll love to hear from you. In the meantime, until somebody calls in or we get another question, Jennifer, I think you've got a few more questions for us, so hit us up.
Okay, I think I have one more.
Dope.
Leather, silk, or lace?
What are they being used for and where am I putting them?
That is up to you.
That is up to you.
Oh, wow.
I mean, really, it just depends on where it's going.
Pretty
Though
much.
I will say ixnay on the lace because it is scratchy and uncomfortable
good French
and
lace is
tends
pretty
to
soft, though.
chafe.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Leather can also chafe depending on where it's being used and how tightly.
That's fair. I would have to say I don't like silk and satins. I feel like they don't breathe well. They feel weird on my skin.
I mean, I guess it depends again on where it's going.
And that's true.
We used to have silk sheets and I hated them.
Ugh,
Those
I
were
hated
your
them too.
idea.
Here's why I hate
I
silk
hated
sheets, because if you have silk sheets and silk pillowcases, you're going surfing every time you try to go to sleep. It's
So
like,
I
and
would-
he's gone.
I would say with me, in my head, I hear those things and I'm immediately thinking of like shit to wear, right? I'm gonna go with lace on that one. As far as what I like to see, not what I like to wear.
Lies and slander.
I will say out of all of those,
So
I will
full of
say
shit.
out of all of those, French lace is very soft and I would definitely wear that. But most of my thongs are cotton, so you know.
I'm so buying him some lace manties and I'm making you put them on him.
Patreon. That's what that's for.
Come on, guys.
Right.
It's so worth it. So much hair.
All right, Jennifer, any other additional questions for us?
None that I can think of right now.
All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to move along then to some of...
We're getting rid of you. Goodbye, Jennifer. You have outlived your purpose.
Yeah, we got to discuss that. If people don't have any more questions for us, do we let them call in or stay on the line? We're not talking about you like you're not here, Jennifer. I'm just curious about it.
No, they can
Not
go.
right there.
Okay. So, all right, we're going to go back to Anthony's question. So,
Wait, we have
Say
people,
goodbye
don't we?
to Jennifer.
well,
Goodbye,
she's still going to be
Jennifer.
here.
No, she's.
Yes, but I'm
I can hang up so other people can
Oh,
talk.
you're disconnecting her mic. Okay, well, bye, Jennifer. It was nice talking to you.
Goodbye, Jennifer.
Bye.
There's a kid in the background. I can hear him, though. All right, so Anthony's other questions that he has is...
Is anybody else calling us? Who's here? Who's on the line? Who's there?
well, we have 9 people hanging out.
Oh, shit. What?
All right, guys, there's 9 of you. If any of you would like to call in and ask us your questions live,
Or
like
just
Jennifer
type us
just
a question. Give us something to work with here.
there's 10 of you now, guys.
Woo!
If you guys want to call in, find the call button right there. You can click in. It'll use the microphone on whatever device you're using, and you can call right into us or type your questions in the text box. We already have a couple of submitted questions from our other social media, so I'm going to read through those until one of you guys calls in. Please call in or type something in the text box. So Anthony had another question. It says, number 3 of his questions, Anne Rice or the chick who wrote Twilight? Stephanie, whatever.
Myers.
Anthony, you know damn well you and I had a conversation in the office, and on occasion you sit down and binge watch all the Twilight movies. Don't be that bitch and play it down like you don't know who that is. We've both talked about this. You've watched all the Twilight movies in marathons multiple times. You like to do that. So I'm going to go with Anne Rice.
Just putting all the
100%.
fucking-
I don't even
this
think
shit
there's a
on
comparative
blast.
there, right? Unless we're talking about like recording me, like reacting to movies, because I feel like I react much more funny to Stephanie.
Yeah, you definitely react better to Stephanie, but I don't know. It depends on the mood I'm in. Like, I feel like Stephanie Myers is junk food and Anne Rice is like
A balanced meal.
a balanced meal. Exactly. Like if I'm in the mood for like good literature, I'm going for Anne Rice. But if I just want to get immersed in a story and just go somewhere else and forget about my shit for a while, I'm going Twilight because it just doesn't get campier or more sudsier than Twilight.
I'm just about Anne Rice. I'm just not about that Twilight life. You know what I mean?
No, I get it, but you also never attempted to read the books.
Yeah, no. I actually have read Anne Rice books.
Well, not Anne Rice. I'm talking about
But
Stephanie
I'm saying
Myers.
comparatively. So I mean, there's a little bit of a bias there, but whatevs. Anthony also asked, "Is Zach a bottom?"
Yes.
What?
Moving on.
What? That is not an end.
Hashtag power bottom.
I just want to see what the button.
I love having a soundboard now. This is great.
Except you're not in charge of it.
Okay, here's another one from Anthony. If you were Anthony's last question, if you were stuck in an empty planet, if you were stuck in an empty planet, what would you take with you? So, like, if I knew I was going to be stuck on a vacant planet, what would I take with me?
A rocket. I'll ship home.
A gun with a single bullet. Layla's
Fuck you,
having a lot
Layla.
of fun with this soundboard right now.
Did you just say a bullet?
A gun with a single bullet.
And I got booed? I'm at least making it home. He's just killing himself.
It would really depend on the planet for me. But to be honest, if I could take one thing with me, not trying to be that guy.
Oh, he's about to be that guy. It would be my paper saying that I'm a USA Today best-selling author.
Actually, no.
So if I met any aliens, I can let
would
them know
know.
immediately.
Actually, I'd take Layla with me. I need somebody to talk to and hang out with.
Rude, you're gonna strand me on a planet?
Take
That's like
you
that movie
with
Passenger.
me, you asshole. It's me and you.
I'm pretty sure she'd stay here with me.
I will. What the fuck was that one? I don't know what that shit was supposed to mean, but quit. Layla's just playing with buttons at this point.
Yeah.
Martina, what are you taking to a vacant ass planet with you? How many butt plugs? I'm gonna take one. Is that what her butt sounds like when it wants a butt plug? It just whistles at her.
I wasn't sure what kind of whistle it was. If it was like a like a cat call whistle or like a.
And why the fuck would that even be the first thing you fucking insinuated?
What?
I think out of the two of us, we know who prefers butt plugs. Hashtag power bottom over there.
Layla.
It's not her fault. She's got to strap one on every now and again for you.
It's called pegging, and it's perfectly natural in a relationship. Is peg boarding where you do it in a bathtub? It's like waterboarding and pegging mixed. It's peg boarding. Just me. Okay. Go ahead, Martina. What were you saying? What are you taking with you on that vacant ass planet thing?
Can I bring my laptop?
Oh.
I think I'm bringing my
But you
laptop.
don't have internet access.
That's all right.
Or power access.
I know. Well, they didn't say I don't have power. Just said it was a vacant
Well,
planet.
that's what I said. I said it really depends on the planet. You know what I mean?
What if that planet is Earth? And everything that is currently here is still here, except there's no people.
Eventually there'd be no power because nobody's running the power plants and shit like that. So,
You could run a power plant.
because I know how to run a power plant.
You figure it out. You got forever.
True. I'm still taking you. I need somebody to hang out with.
If I was trapped alone on Earth, I think I would just be going crazy with whatever I find as I move along.
Oh yeah, because you don't settle in. You just
like
go.
if everything was left behind except the people, I would just one, I'd be looking for other people.
And it says solar power.
Yes.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I'm finding one of those farms, like the solar panel farms. Not living there.
There's one right by Disney.
Oh, there you go. Oh yeah, there's that weird community up here.
Yep.
That's like all solar.
Yep.
Yep, that's where we're heading. So just so you know.
Boom.
And by we, I mean me and my laptop.
And all the porn forever and eternity.
And my dog, because I don't want to leave my dog behind.
One thing.
Then I'm bringing my dog.
In theory, if it's Earth though and it's abandoned but everything's still here, there's going to be computers and shit still here.
Yeah,
right? So
that's what I'm saying.
You can bring Chunk.
I'm still bringing Charles.
Okay. Fair enough.
But if I'm going to a desolate planet where there's nothing, I'm leaving my dog here so he doesn't have to suffer.
Can I drop a knowledge bomb on you? So can you imagine what that's going to do to you emotionally when it's just the two of you for years and eventually your dog
Yeah,
dies?
we've all seen Castaway.
Nope, that's
and
not
that
Castaway.
depressing fucking
I Am Legend.
I Am Legend.
Yeah.
Both of
I
these
went and
are
saw that on a
examples of what
first
happened
date.
to you.
Talk about a mood killer and a dog killer.
You know, he tried to buy that dog at the end of the movie for like $50,000, but the trainer wouldn't give him up because Will Smith fell in love with that dog.
Yeah, but do you know how much those dogs are worth?
Oh, way more than that. Trained action dog like that. Anyway, so questions. We're getting like way into this one. That's a
Is
sad
nobody else asking questions?
No.
one. All right. Well,
Nobody has a single fucking question? Seriously, guys?
I know.
There's
Really?
11 of them.
There's 11 of
There's
you.
11 of
and
you
not
listening
one
right
of you
now.
motherfuckers
And
can
not
think of one
of
thing you
guys.
want to fucking
Not
ask
a
us.
single fucking one of you.
Are you kidding me right now?
This is goddamn ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. None of y'all's got questions.
Disappointing.
None of you guys want to hit the call-in button and call in and talk to live 10 other people.
Or like, what the fuck, guys?
Jen says I did.
Jen has the biggest balls in this.
She
group right
popped our
now.
cherry.
She popped hers or ours?
I think ours, because we've never had a caller before.
Anthony.
Oh, wait, sorry.
But
He
Anthony was
popped
such
our
a man
cherry.
about it because he just came in, popped our cherry, and then left.
Yeah,
No question, no explanation.
typical man. He just came in, hit it, and quit it.
All right. John has a question. Says,
I bet he
aside from
does.
standard generic advice, what's one piece of advice y'all would personally give? So like I'm like I'll just do this because you didn't specify author advice. We'll just say
I think he just means it.
generally.
Yeah, I think he means.
Ivanizin?
Is now here.
Is that
Okay,
like a
but
weird
it was
drug?
John, I think, who asked
John
that question.
asked that. So I think general advice that I would give to the world, anybody, is be you and never take shit.
I would
That's
say
it.
do all the things you're afraid to do because you're going to get too old to do them. So no matter how afraid you are, just fucking do it anyway.
And if I'm giving like other like specific non-generic real world advice, always wipe both ways.
That's actually factually incorrect. Do not do that.
Always wipe both ways because you never there's a little lip sometimes and you don't get all of it. If you're a female, don't do that. But if you're a guy, wipe both ways and then
Thank
take
you.
a shower. I got you. Always wipe front to back. Front to back, nice clean crack. Back to front, you get a dirty
John.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Yeah. That's not where I was going, but yeah, we'll do that one. So that's my real world advice. But you got any? Is that are you sticking with that? That's your advice?
Yes, that is my advice.
Okay, that's cool.
I
Number
really
2.
don't like your judgment on my answers.
I'm
Because
not.
we both know who fucking carries this podcast.
Whoa! Hold the fuck up. First off, I'm not judging you. I'm making sure you
No,
sit down before I go to the
Everything
next
I
question.
say, you're like, oh, well, if you don't want that bullshit generic shit, here, let me hit you with some real world knowledge.
No.
And then you talk about poop.
The world shit. 1. 2, I was talking about my previous statement, and I want to make sure you're done talking before I rudely go to the next question.
You're full of shit. You also made fun of one of my answers earlier.
Which now I have to wait. It's like in a sitcom when you're waiting for the crowd to shut the hell up. Wait a minute. What question did I make fun of earlier?
There was one.
There was one. Do you have any specificities for the crowd, or are we just going
Can you say specificities again?
specificities?
Because I think Layla needs to wipe her face now.
Really? Spit jokes?
I could go horse jokes if it makes you more comfortable.
What a bitch. All right. So anyway, I was making sure that you were done talking before I went to the next fucking question. Shit. All right. Where were we? Oh, yeah. Would you and Zach ever write a book together?
Oh my God.
And if yes, what genre? I think that just dovetails perfectly. We just fucking yelled at each other. Like, would you guys write a book together?
This is exactly what the book would be. It would never get finished because Zach and I would be fighting over every fucking chapter.
Who uses Comic Sans? I don't think either one of us use Comic Sans.
That's not true. I actually use Comic Sans because it makes you write longer. Did you know that? It's a weird trick, but it actually fucking works.
What?
Okay.
I told you this before.
Yeah.
You just-
So I thought it was all bullshit. I really did. And then I sat down and I wrote like 3,000 words in an hour. I'm telling you, change your font to Comic Sans for just 1 hour and see what your word count is compared to what your normal word
That's
count
such
is.
a weird thing.
But not really if you think about it, because Comic Sans was actually created for people who were dyslexic because every single character is uniquely designed
It's
to
spaced
separate
a little bit more apart than
to make it easier for people who are dyslexic to read. So I think it has to do with how your brain processes the words.
So it's a peripheral processing, and then
Right, because
through
when we're
that-
typing, we're also looking at the screen, even though we're thinking about the
So
stuff
it
that
makes
we're
you
writing.
less tired
huh?
as you go.
I'm gonna try that tomorrow morning.
I'm telling you, you got to try it.
Yeah.
I was shocked by how well it worked. It actually got me to finish the last 7 chapters of my book. I finished in one day.
Jen goes, hey, you got books and bullshit into a sentence. Into one sentence. You got books and bullshit.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Good job.
Keywords.
I feel like we should have fucking high-fived
Hold
over
on,
that.
hold on.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Golf
thank you,
clap.
thank
Thank you.
Thank you, doctor. They love me. I think if we really wanted to like pull it out, I think that if we wrote, because the other question is, and if we could write a book together, what genre would it be? I think if we could do a book where you wrote as one character and I
Yes.
wrote as another character.
People do that all the time.
Yeah, but we would literally have to write a book where we had no,
I would write the in between.
like, I think if we just had no plot line and we were just back and forth, like putting our characters into peril and then just giving the chapter over to the next person.
Dude, that's crazy. Like you got to like read the chapter that was just written, and then you got to like react. Your character has to react to that.
Well,
shit.
that's how my kid used to write online. They have these huge writing groups, and that's exactly what they do. They just throw it out there, like, and this is what my character did, and blah, 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 blah. And this is where we are right now in the story. And then you throw it back to the other person, and their job is to basically dig you out of the hole.
We might need to try that. All right, I like that. What genre do you think we would write in though?
It would have to be something snarky, like urban fantasy, or
That's what I was thinking.
What if
Yeah.
we did? What if we did like urban fantasy or like horror? Because then we can make the two main characters gay. You can make it porny, and I can make it scary.
God.
Because what
there is male horror. Like
That's what I'm
it's a
saying.
whole genre all in
Boom.
of itself.
Done.
I can
Bestseller.
make them gay, and you can make them.
We could actually put from the USA Today best-selling authors too, and like pluralize. Oh, that would look good, girl. We need to do that. All right. Next question
no.
is: if your brain, characters, schedule, and plot ever cooperated?
Oh, I think he's saying basically like, what would we write if
Oh.
all of these things worked out? He only had 3 questions.
Oh, that's the third question. No, the second question was: would we ever write a book together? And then the third question is: says number 3: if your brain, character, schedule, and plot ever cooperated, like you just type away and no complications. Okay, here we go. What would be the genre you would try your hand at? We literally just talked about
You
that.
just-
That
Yeah,
is
that's so fucking weird.
We
We
just
just did
recorded
a
a
whole
podcast on
podcast
this.
about it. So listen, because it'll be coming up and you'll hear all about it.
Yeah.
Well, you'll hear 10 minutes of it and then porn, as usual.
That's how we roll it. So with me, it would be horror. I would really like to get into that a lot. I love the genre, and I think I could do it, but I'm a little nervous because I hate horror retellings. Like I love horror movies and all that shit, but I hate seeing like something and then, like 2 movies later, like, oh, this fucking other movie did this exact same shit. Why am I here? So it's just difficult to be very unique and original in that because there's so much in the horror field. Martina.
You've already
Just listen to the podcast.
yes. Thank you.
Okay, fine. All right, what else we got on here?
Is
Well,
anybody
we've
asking
got-
questions?
We've got 13 people hanging out.
And
so-
nobody's asking a goddamn
Okay.
question.
Tell them to
Listen-
click the little microphone
Listen
button.
here, everybody.
Ivan is on. Tell
So
Ivan.
for the 13 people that are listening right now, listen to me carefully. Listen. Are you listening? Fucking listen. There is a little microphone on your screen. If you look, you will find it. If you click that microphone, you will be connected to us right now. Live.
If you click it, he will come.
I will. I'm about to. I'm almost there. Now, if you do that, you'll be connected to us live, and you can talk to us live right now and ask us questions. Did I say live? Because I meant it. One of you pick up the goddamn thing and click the button. Jesus.
This is ridiculous. All of you are like coming here to listen to this shit show, but not a single one of you will ask us a damn question. This is going to become unhinged very quickly.
I feel like the way that we're berating our dearly loved listeners is we should definitely do like humiliation porn where people just call in and you and I just fucking tag team them. Is somebody calling in?
No, it's just.
she got such a hopeful look in her eyes. She was like, "Oh, is that no?"
It's just
No.
saying she's eating supper. And she can't call in anymore.
Wait, well, we already called in, Jen. We appreciate you doing what you do.
It's these other fucking slackers we're
Yeah.
talking to.
all y'all. Who
Start naming names.
who
Who
are
are
the
these
names?
people?
Yeah, I
Let's
was
name
just
and
gonna
shame.
say.
I don't know if this is Anthony. If it is, he changed his name, but it's somebody that says driving right now.
Driving right now.
What's the name?
But it's not the same name that
The-
They
was
get
using
to choose
before.
their own names.
Yeah. So Anthony before was, the Dante thing, but now it
The
says
Dante thing. We can't see what you can see, Layla.
Yeah,
Studio of New Windsor.
that
Studio?
sounds like Anthony.
The picture kind of looks like Anthony. That's the
All right,
reason.
so who are the names of the people that are on here? Because I'm gonna start name dropping. Give me a name.
Oh,
Well, we know Ivan's here and not doing a damn
Ivan.
thing.
What the hell?
You're fired. You're not my PA for any more cons. Goodbye.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
Magic Burn.
Magic burn.
Well, you ain't burning nothing.
Yeah, there ain't no magic there. Burn. Magic burn. Is that sounds like a Harry Potter STD?
Sad. You don't need to roast everybody that's on here right
I'm
now.
gonna roast you people until one of you calls in. I swear to God.
Even if you don't call in, type a fucking question.
Yeah.
We're just sitting here. It's embarrassing. You're embarrassing us.
I'm about to start asking Martina questions, and God help you, she's gonna have to ask me questions, and nobody wants this.
And I'm telling you, I will answer honestly.
All right, Martina. Petroleum or water-based lubricants?
Depends on whether you're using condoms or not.
That's fair. If you're using condoms,
I would definitely stick with water-based.
there we go. In your opinion, does it matter where you're using it for?
Well, if you're using a condom for anal sex, I want to say
Petroleum-based, right?
So he says,
That
how
you-
do y'all know each other?
Okay, well, hang on. Martina's got to answer this anal sex question, and then we'll talk about how we know each other.
you want I think it's silicone-based lubricant.
Silicone, not petroleum.
Yeah,
Silicone. That's the one I'm thinking of.
silicone-based
Thank you.
lubricant is supposed to be slippier.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like anal intercourse.
But it can also, I think it can also degrade the condom. So
But then also
depends on whether you guys are going bareback.
But then also like latex. Don't people? Some people have silicone aversions as well.
Yeah, some people are allergic to silicone, just like they're allergic to latex. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's something you probably want to figure out before you
Dive right into
in.
the butt.
Yeah.
All right. So the question was,
How do y'all know?
how do we know each other?
I stalked Zach and Layla at a con.
My very first con.
Yeah.
Martina was my first.
That's true. And I wasn't even signing there. I, at the very last minute, went to Utopia Con, and I was staying with Ray Wagner, and she was actually signing. So I kind of just had to basically entertain myself. So I was wandering around, and I was talking to everybody who kind of knew me from the internet, but didn't really, know me face to face. And I saw Zach standing in the far corner. He was all the way against the wall. And he was looking sort of frazzled, but also doing his razzle dazzle, hey, trigger fingers,
That's what I do.
buy my books kind of spiel. And I was like, I dug the book cover for Gabrielle, the old school one, the black and
Yeah.
white one. And I was like, that's a really cool cover. So I kind of wandered over and I was talking to you, and I wasn't planning on buying any books, but I was like, I really dig this cover. So I'm going to buy this book. And then Layla came back, and Layla was giving me the stink eye. Like she thought I was flirting with Zach, but I didn't realize that that's just Layla's face.
Now you know.
But at the time I was like, I hope she don't think I'm flirting with this guy. He's 12 years younger than me.
You see the way I react when people actually flirt with someone.
Yeah, you really don't care. But at the time I was like, oh shit. I hope she doesn't think I'm trying to pick him up, because that would be awkward. And then the card reader wouldn't work.
Because the internet there was
because the internet was
terrible.
shit. And so I finally got the book, and then I left so as not to make Layla feel even
He says, sounds like flirting to me. Age don't matter.
wrong and also incorrect. But anyway, so later that night, we had all decided to skip the award ceremony. So it was me and Ray and Edna and Karen Lynch and Melissa Haig were hanging out in a hotel room, and we were just bullshitting. And then we decided to go to the party, and it was almost over, and it was really late, and we wandered down, and it was just, there's still people there, but it was getting kind of where
Sparse.
the end of the night.
Yeah.
And then they started playing the time warp.
That I requested like an hour
Zach
before.
And Layla ran onto the floor and just started doing the time warp. And I was like, I'm going to be friends with those people. And I just like pegged on them. I was just like, nope, you guys are mine. And then I had to figure out how to be friends with you guys without looking like fucking weird. So I started talking to Layla because I was like, if I try to talk to Zach alone, that looks sketchy. So then I made friends with Layla. And then eventually we started three-way chatting all the time. And then I invited you guys to my sister's house.
Yep. Neutral ground.
Yes. Just in case. Just in case things went sideways. Well, I mean, nobody makes things weirder than my sister and her husband.
Yeah, we all ended up drinking a
time.
buttload of wine and playing Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah, it was a great time.
Always amazing.
Yeah.
And we've been besties ever since.
It's true.
So John has arrived.
Gross.
Oh,
Did you
great.
wipe it up?
So John, call us.
Yeah, John,
Like-
Ivan, any of you people.
I mean, John and Ivan are interchangeable. It doesn't really matter.
Wow.
Jiven.
On. Eon.
Like,
Oh.
Are you okay?
Eon. Oh.
Are you okay, Old McDonald? What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know. I just want to be liked. And there's like 13 people that are cock teasing us. 14 people that are cock teasing us. So, guys, please type your questions in.
If you're not gonna call,
Wait.
John is calling.
John is calling. Oh, dear Christ.
you asked for this.
Hi, John.
I'm here, bitches.
Yes, he is. All right, John. You have Martina and I ask us a question, and we have to answer it truthfully and honestly, no matter
Ask your
what.
boyfriend a question.
Ask both of us a question, bitch.
Okay. So the first one, I'm here for this fucking train wreck.
Okay.
Would you
Okay.
ever
Great
decide to? Would you ever decide to write a book together?
We were actually just talking about that, and if we did, it would have to be a weird hodgepodge. We would definitely do it, but we would have to write like where Martina writes one character and I write the other character, and ne'er the two shall meet.
Well, they'll meet, but we won't write each other's characters. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Who's everybody that's in here right now? Sound off.
Well, no, he hasn't answered
We are
yet.
doing
One at a time.
Oh.
So answer John's question.
We just
will
We just
John.
answered John's question.
Answer John's question.
Okay, John, goodbye, I guess. Boy, she's got us on a tight lead.
I know.
Does John have
Oh,
another-
okay.
John, you have another question?
Yes, I do. Yes,
Okay.
I do. Chill.
Okay.
We're chilling.
Okay.
We didn't realize we were this
Ice
podcast.
cold.
If your brain, your everything in the universe works together, would you consider writing on another genre?
I would write horror. But we
Of
just did a
course.
whole podcast on that,
So
so
we're
you're gonna have to
refusing
tune
to
into our other
answer.
podcast.
I'm-
We answered all
I'm
your
being
questions.
honest.
We literally, that's the podcast that
Did
we
you
actually
though?
recorded tonight.
I don't know.
This is
I'm
weird
never
that
on this
we-
world.
Well, because people are saying, why aren't you answering? And I'm like, we're doing one call at a time. Hold on.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
yeah. We're gonna
All
go
right.
to the next caller.
We
Bye,
love
John.
you.
Thank you for calling.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Who's this person?
So the next person is Larry.
The cable guy?
Larry, are you there?
Hello?
Help!
Hello.
My poop, it's red.
Okay. That
We're gonna
sucks,
need
bro.
some more information.
How's it taste?
I had a lot of cranberries today.
Sweet.
No, they're kind of tart.
Yeah, that's true.
They are very tart.
See?
Yeah, that's fair. That's a good point.
I don't like cranberries.
They don't taste the
gross.
same twice, so don't eat it. Once it's in the toilet, you shouldn't, unless you're really curious.
Oh, okay, thank you very much.
Not a problem. That's why we're here to help.
Thanks
for
for
calling
calling.
Dr. Phil.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, next up,
Don't troll me, son.
D-Bots.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
Hey,
Okay.
what's up?
Hello.
What's up?
What are you doing?
I think we're doing a live podcast, brother. What are you doing?
None, I'm just whipping these things.
Didn't hear that last part, but I'm real happy for you.
I said I'm whipping these things. Oh my
Man,
God.
I feel like you're having a way better time than I am right now, and I'm into
Shut
it.
up, nigga. People going, nigga. If you're a nigga in here, man, my God. Alabama side, baby.
Yep. You sound like this uncle that I used to live with. He touched us a lot, but it was a good time.
Shut up, nigga.
Dingle dangle right back to you.
Nigga.
I heard bacon. I'm into this. I heard bacon. I think I heard dingling bacon.
Hey, you should say nigga too.
Dog's calling.
What? I don't know.
I said say nigga.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yep. That shit hurts, doesn't it?
Over here in West Side Alabama, we don't like niggas. They pick our gun.
Oh. You called into a bad choice podcast.
If you're a nigger in here, you should be picking my gun.
I'm sorry, sir. You're breaking up. You're going to need to pull out of your sister and call back later.
Oh God.
All right, Zamboni says, what's the most useless bit of writing advice you've ever received?
Whatever the hell that guy just said.
Whatever he just said was pretty useless.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
God.
if you're going to try to like spoof, like gag, like troll call somebody and you have a fake voice while doing it and you're going to be racist, the first thing you want to do is make sure that everybody can hear the racist. That's like step one. Step two is don't do it.
Don't be a racist.
Don't be a racist.
I
Yeah.
like to think that's step one.
That's true. You know what, Martina, you're right. We'll change those around. But the other guy that called about the cranberries,
We're concerned for you, sir.
I'm not.
Perhaps seek a doctor.
Yeah.
Do you think they know each other? That's the question.
I don't know. I like to think that guy's voice was fucked up because he was eating the cranberry shits from the other guy. Like, I feel
You
like
can't kink shame them, Zach.
that's true. That's true. You you cannot. But I will say, next question. So
I already asked you.
what was the
Yeah.
question?
What's the most useless writing advice you've ever received?
The most useless writing advice I've ever received is, damn, actually, I don't know. Because this is going to sound like I'm just
Write what you know. That's the most useless.
Oh, you know what? No, I will. If we're going that one, I was going to say a lot of advice. If you listen to what people actually have to say, don't just like turn them out. You could pick little pieces out here and there, kind of like that cranberry shit, right?
I knew you were gonna
So now the other thing with it is with that, but sometimes, yeah, I get what you're saying now. I would say that I've actually been told to I only should write my own race because I write characters of color, and I think that was absolutely useless advice.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely useless advice for
Because
sure.
if you only wrote white men, that would be a boring ass book.
Because
Well, and that's-
everybody hates white.
Well, and people don't think about that. They say that and they're like, write your race, or you can't write gay characters or things like that. And it's like, would you realize that means that a man can only write men of their genre, women can only write women of their background. So yeah, the stories be very one-sided because now that's like Stephanie that wrote Twilight. She only wrote a book about Belle talking to herself.
Yeah, because you can't write a book about vampire if you're not a vampire.
Or werewolves, or boys, or Native Americans. So yeah, that's pretty much the most useless advice I got there. Have you heard anything from Alabama shits guy?
Alabama shit.
No, the next question is, what books or book inspired you to want to write?
For me, it was definitely Weekend by Christopher Pike when I was like 11.
I can't think of the title of the book. It's actually, I have it over my shelf. It was a children's book my grandmother used to read to me.
Nora Roberts.
No, definitely not Nora Roberts. I don't know. I can't think of the name of the book, but my grandmother was big on reading books.
Must have
to me
been
when I was
really
a kid.
inspirational.
Oh, I also haven't read the book since I was like 6 because it is a very young children's book. It's mostly a
Weak.
picture book.
Is it Goodnight Lab?
No,
Oh,
a friend of ours gave that to us though.
my friend Nicole has been wanting us to have a baby for pretty much the entire time I've known her. So every Christmas, she sends us baby stuff.
Yeah.
So we have,
Wow.
we have all of those books. That top shelf, they're all baby books that she bought us. over
That's
the
a really pushy friend.
The more
She's invested.
years.
the more I think about it, the two troll calls that we got. Do you think that they didn't know who they were talking to when they
Oh, I'm
called?
sure.
They're like, oh, two nerd authors. We're gonna shake them up, bitch. You thought?
Well, the thing is that see, the Podbean Live is new. So, and right now it's in beta testing.
Yeah, these
So all
people
of
don't
these
know
people
us.
They don't listen to your podcast.
Oh, that's why nobody's calling when I'm telling y'all to call. That explains it because y'all don't know what this is about.
They probably just think we're assholes now because we were just yelling at random
Well, if you're
people.
still listening, how many people are listening right now?
18.
18.
Holy shit. Okay,
so
this is getting
we have
scary.
18 people listening. I realize
I don't
now.
think we've ever had 18 people
this
listen
is-
to us at one
This is wide
time.
open. So let me introduce myself. I'm Zachary Chopchinsky,
Oh, no.
USA Today best-selling
Oh,
author,
no.
the bow tie author.
No.
Welcome to my house. I'm here with Martina McAtee, and also a USA Today best-selling author. She's the queen of
Dear
snark and
God.
dark. And let me just preface this with a Surgeon General's
God,
warning.
Your troll is back.
No, I
If
don't
you
want to talk to
troll
him.
me,
Which one?
I'm going to get you.
You want me to?
Is it Shit's Troll or Alabama Troll?
Alabama.
Yeah, no, we're
We
not
don't
talking
want
to that guy.
Alabama Troll because Alabama Troll's throwing racism. And while I can
Yeah.
make you feel bad about yourself, there's no need for racism, man.
Yeah, I'm not listening to somebody throw the N-word around. Sorry. I got no time for that shit.
I mean, we assume that's what he was saying because it really, with all the dick in his mouth, I really couldn't understand what he was saying.
Fine, no racism.
No,
sorry.
thanks. You lost
I
your chance.
feel like you're a liar.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I'm sorry, but you haven't proved to be super trustworthy.
because
Even though we don't know what the fuck you were
there's
trying to
one
say.
thing the internet has taught me is people are liars. So,
And racist.
and racist. So
And then he replies with stupid gays.
Oh. Oh.
Sad.
how's that song go? It's I know you think about me in the shower with pouring up in your browser, fantasizing about that big old dick power. Yeah, it's I feel like it's going.
Oh.
Okay.
Do we have some non-racist shit?
Jennifer asks. So Jennifer, well, now he's just flooding you with all sorts of
Fun.
hate. But Jennifer asks, how do you have gratuitous nudity on a podcast? Because your guys' warning says.
Oh, I constantly record with my genitals exposed.
He's just rocking out with his cock out.
Yeah, and Martina's jamming out with her clam out. It's just how we do this. This is how we do.
I just blocked this.
Oh.
There you go.
Because now he's basically saying shit about Jen.
Sad
Oh,
Alabama
that's
slammer.
just mean.
Yeah.
Bye, bitch.
Yeah.
Fuck
And
face.
Jen says, we can't see you.
I'm sorry. What was that? You've been muted. So, all right, Martina, ask me a question, and I got to be honest about it. I got to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me. There's nobody out there.
You want me to ask you a random question?
Oh, hit me up with a rando.
Have you ever fantasized about a guy while jerking off?
Oh, God. Here we
I've
go.
had a guy kick in the door and watch me finish jerking off.
Not the same thing.
Well, I guess the honest question is yes, because you think
Have you
about.
ever fantasized about Ryan Reynolds while jerking off?
Oh, yes, obviously. Who hasn't?
True.
Sure.
That's a great point.
I mean, that's,
Fair point.
Thank you. All right. Martina, biggest regret as an author.
Oh God. Hitting publish. No. Deciding to do a live podcast with Alabama Slammer and Larry.
So, John asks a question.
All right.
I don't understand what it means. So.
Is it in Spanish?
No.
All right.
Okay.
Zachary, doth mother knows you weareth her drapes.
Doth mother know you weareth her drapes? That is Robert Downey Jr. making fun of, I believe, Loki.
I don't know
yeah.
shit about Marvel.
I don't either.
And no, she doesn't. Layla be really mad if she found out that I wore her clothes when she's not home.
Oh, after the lipstick incident, I imagine so. You clearly don't know how to wear them
am
properly.
I pretty now, mommy?
That is the most horrifying thing I could ever imagine hearing out of a dude's mouth that wanted to have sex with me.
Hypothetically, I'm not saying I want to have sex with Martina. I didn't actually. I said that to Layla, not to Martina.
Wait, you told me you wanted to have sex with Martina?
No. I asked you if you thought I was pretty.
No, he has told you that he wanted to call me mommy.
Jesus Christ, you two. Ah.
Oh, fuck you, okay? Like,
No.
it's not that horrific.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm toe banging the chords again.
A couple hundred guys have already been there, done that. Don't worry.
All right, Martina, your turn to ask me a question. I feel like it's 20 questions. I think it's really working for me.
Does
Oh, wait, we
anybody
got a
else
question.
have a question?
Well, Larry is back. That's
No.
the cranberry guy.
Oh,
Oh, God.
okay. What's Shits McGee have to say?
Oh God, I feel like Larry and Alabama Slamma are like friends.
I feel like they're doing tug jobs in the same room. I definitely get what you're saying. I'm
feel
I'm
like
picking
this
up what
is
you're
a-
putting down.
I feel like this is a bad idea.
He is here. So say hello.
Oh, Larry, how's that color treating you, buddy?
Nigger.
Oh, great.
Jesus
Another one of
Christ.
these? Man,
My God, what are they? 5 years old?
I would say so because they say the word and then giggle. So
yeah,
I
that
feel
giggle,
like
that giggle was really female.
it's well, I think maybe Larry's just very effeminate. Does it tickle when you're touched down there? Is that what that is, Larry?
I feel like we're talking to children, so perhaps we should.
I don't know that. Larry had a deep voice to me. It's funny because I just feel like the trolls are out and they're like, oh, we're gonna get them. No, you won't, honey. Sit down. Sit down while I make you feel really bad about yourself.
Anyway, anything decent?
Not yet.
Welcome to the live
The curtains
internet.
is judging you.
Oh man, this is good stuff. I'm sorry, but I'm having a fun time. I'm having a really good time.
I can tell by the way you're sitting. Why are you? What is this pose?
Just
that you're
casual,
stuck
bro. Just casual.
in? Just keeping it casual and airing everything out.
Airing it out, hanging here, just loving my fellow man and people.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know, dude. I just feel like with stupidity, you got to hit it with positivity, right?
Oh God, I feel like this is about to turn into a Bible podcast.
Kumbaya, my love. I feel like also I have to be offending people right now. I don't know how or why.
By singing "Kumbaya," I mean your voice isn't that bad.
Wow, that's fair though. That's completely truthful. I got to give you that. Now, okay, so what is your biggest regret as being an author, though?
I don't really have any, except maybe the money that I've spent along the way on shit that I thought would work but didn't.
Definitely
The
made some bad
marketing, the money
investments.
I've made, like the money I've spent marketing on shit that didn't work.
I think I dropped like 10 grand on my first book out of pocket.
Okay, so question. What's your favorite book turned into a motion picture?
Ooh, generally not a fan. I don't know, Martina.
I mean, it's really hard to not say Harry Potter.
I haven't really seen the movies though because they
seen
cut
them
stuff out.
all.
You know what I mean? So I kind of turn it away.
Right,
away
but
from
I
it.
mean, they do that with all of them. I guess really it would have to be The Stand, the original miniseries of Stephen King's The Stand.
If I'm being truthful, now that I'm really thinking about it, Jurassic Park.
Oh, Jurassic Park was
Yeah,
bomb.
but
I read the book afterwards, so
Technically, I did too, but I still, because I like dinosaurs so much, I feel like I got to be
Somebody
truthful about
is
that one.
calling. I don't know the person.
oh,
Oh,
God, it's just
man.
another troll.
I
We'll
know,
find out.
Oh God,
Ready?
how many times can we hear the N-word in one night?
We'll find out.
probably a lot. Good evening, caller. Are you here to troll us tonight?
No. Bye-bye.
Oh man, that was too easy. You know, we should just. I just want to sit here and take calls all night. I feel like that's a good part about this.
We've only got 2 hours, Zach. So.
That's true. That is true. So yeah, I'm gonna have to go Jurassic Park. You like The Stand, huh?
Oh, I loved it. I'm a little nervous about them turning it into a TV show, but I'm also kind of excited.
Okay, so
about
because I
it.
remember we were talking about that, they're turning it into a television show, not a film.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a television show.
Now, when it was, because I haven't seen the original series you're telling me about, was it like how they did the other?
He says, sorry, I got nervous.
Oh,
Aw, well, buddy,
who was
I'm not
that?
trying to make you nervous, bud. You can call back, or I tell you what, if you're really nervous, you can type your question in the comments. You don't have to call in if you're nervous. I'm not trying to make you feel bad.
We're just trying to avoid hearing like racist, you know,
Racist,
racist,
Racial,
and-
fascist.
yeah, like,
All the ists.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're all about peace and love, and light.
And making bitches
This
cry.
is somebody else.
Oh no,
Oh,
I've never
It's not
been
Alabama Slammer, is it?
I have no idea.
I've
We're
never-
gonna find out.
I've never been
Alright.
more terrified of a fucking.
I'm
gay
not. I'm
guy.
getting excited. Hello, caller. Are you here to troll us this evening?
What?
I don't know. Are you? Hello. How are you doing? Welcome to Books and Bullshit. How can we help you tonight?
Good. What are y'all doing on here?
Well, we're talking about books and bullshit. I think that's pretty much in the title for the most part. We're kind of playing a game of 20 questions.
Wait,
You
but
got
I can't see bullshit on there.
You can't see bullshit on there?
Yeah, it just says books and bull.
Oh, yeah, because they yell at us when we put bullshit in text. So we got to put books and
you
bull.
get paid to do this?
Very little, my friend. Very little.
This is more of a labor of love for this one.
Are y'all in college? Just sound like it.
No, little separated from college.
Nope. Far from it.
So what kind of questions you got for us?
I think that was it.
Or was that
Is it any questions?
Yeah, I mean, I'm answering it as long. I mean, if you throw out like racial comments and stuff, we're not going to answer. But for the most part, I mean, we're here to answer things honestly. And truthfully.
We're down to
anything, like anything.
I mean, I feel like now, like my
you're
curiosity.
really building this up, so
Yeah.
I hope it's really something.
So it's like part of me wants to be cautious. The other part of me is like, I kind of need to hear the question now. So what's the question?
Don't leave us hanging.
Are you thinking about it?
Do y'all know how far Saturn is from Earth?
Oh,
Do we
shit.
know how far Saturn is from Earth? You know what?
Layla, do you know?
Man,
you're the,
that's
you're
a
the
really
smart
good
one.
My
one.
friend keeps calling me. He's being stupid.
Yeah.
Friends are like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. So,
All right, so do y'all know how far? Y'all don't have to Google it.
well, Saturn is 1.2 billion kilometers from Earth.
Well, why'd you have to look it up, stupid ass?
Oh, he's back.
Is this Alabama?
Yes, I'm back, nigga. I'm always back. Big McGon, nigga. Pick it.
I feel like he's seeing Gold Digger.
Are you saying he ain't nothing but a gold digger?
Way over town. It's just good to me.
I hope he stays way over town.
I know, right?
Just way over there. So far.
Man, we should change the name of the live podcast to Zach and Martina just respond to trolls because I feel like we're getting really good at it. And I answered the question honestly and truthfully. It's 1.2 billion kilometers. That's true. Now, it doesn't say if it's to any moon surrounding it or to the rings itself, nor does it say if it's going to the surface area or the core of Saturn.
This might be the first time we've ever done anything even remotely educational on the podcast. I hope you guys are taking notes.
Yeah. Did you know that if you cut your... Oh, Martina, let's hit him with stuff. You got some fun facts? I got fun facts. If you
The
cut somebody's
human head
Achilles
weighs
tendon...
8 pounds.
If you cut somebody's Achilles tendon, they will develop a limp. But if you cut the other one, their body will compensate and the limp will disappear.
Dogs and bees can smell fear.
So can horses.
Honey does not expire. Ever. They found honey in the tombs in Egypt that was still edible and safe.
You can use olive oil as lube.
There are 5 calories in a teaspoon of semen.
Fact corner.
Yeah, I guess this is fact corner.
I mean, if that's the way we're going with it.
The question is, what's brown and sticky?
Huh.
That could be a lot of things.
Who asked this question
It's
exactly?
not one of your trolls.
It's not one of my trolls. So is it John?
No.
No, I'm saying, is that the answer?
Only after a night with Zach.
Oh, that's true.
Oh no. Oh no. I feel like I need to apologize to John, and it wasn't even me who said it. John feels the need to go shower now.
Oh, John loves me.
Yeah, apparently you love him too.
Well, we're at an hour, so
We are at an hour. Damn, this has been a fun hour.
the answer is a stick.
Brown and
It's sticky.
that's good. Who asked that?
Studio of New Windsor.
Oh, is that Anthony?
I think so.
Oh.
That's actually a really good riddle. I like that. I'm going to use that.
Oh, good.
Okay, I got one. Take me out, then scratch my head. What once was red is black instead. What am I?
A match.
Yep.
No, we're not gonna be dealing with this.
Oh, what was it now?
It's your.
I think we should just go. It's been an hour. Can we go watch TV now?
We can go watch TV now and eat some dinner. All right, guys. Thanks for coming by anyway. Even those yokels that thought they were going to have fun with us. Sorry about your luck, but you can't shake this. Well, I got something you can shake, but you probably won't want to, or you might. So thanks for coming by to another episode of Books and Bull, apparently, as it was pointed out by the title on here.
Yes, thanks for sticking around, even though this was just a test to see.
This was only a test.
We'll
Yes.
probably still
The
be
emergency broadcast system.
And remember, Saturn is 1.2 billion kilometers from the surface of Earth. If you guys want to go follow us on our social media, go check us out. Just Google us. You'll find us, I'm sure.
Yes.
Thanks for checking by. Other than that, I got nothing for you. Take care.
Bye.